right, so you made up your mind. You want to get into assisted living, right? You want to open your small facility. I always advise people to go through a little soul searching first and to map this out as to why exactly. Why do you want to get into assisted living? And if the reason is because you want to make money, you heard you can make money, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a business. You're providing a service, people are paying you for the service. A lot of times that's frowned upon, but I don't know why. It's a business. You're providing a service and you're getting paid in return, right? If money is your thing, that's fine. A lot of people will say that they had a grandma or mom, they wish they had a better place for them to go, etc., right? Write that down. That's the reason, that's your why, right? All right. Once you figure out your why, then you go a little further on and do some soul searching, because I just want to make sure you guys are getting into the right thing, because there's a lot of ways to make money these days, and it's not for everybody. You want to make sure you're getting into the right thing, right? If it's for money, make sure, period, even if it's not for money, numbers are very important. I always tell people to use the highest for expenses and the lowest for revenues, because it's human nature to write down all these things that we're hearing. You heard from somebody you can make like $6,000 per resident. You're gonna put that's $36,000 a month. I did all my expenses. It's only gonna be like $10,000. I'm gonna make $20,000 profit a month, whatever. Woo! So that's what you heard. That's what you heard. Did you see some proof of that? These numbers are telling you? Do you know for a fact? Do you know for an absolute fact that you saw the numbers, you saw their books, and you know that they have all residents paying $6,000 a month, and they're clearing that much cash a month? There's a lot of people right now going on he say, she say. They're hearing, listen, they tell you don't believe everything on the internet. It's true. People will say things on the internet that to try and get you to sell you stuff or whatever the case may be. So listen, there's always a little motive. So be careful. Do your real research. If you have to pay a person who has a 6-bed facility in your area, or whatever area, you can even take a trip to one out of town in case the people in town don't want to talk to you, whatever. And you say, I'm going to give you this much money for you to help me with my market research. I would like to see your books to see if this is really something that I want to get into. I want to see some real numbers, and maybe you might do that with two facilities. I don't know, something. Whatever the case may be. Listen, this might save you a lot of money, right? Come up with a number that makes sense for them. Some people they'll help you for free, but not everybody wants to open up their book. So you got to put together a presentation and really what you're up to, whatever. But that's the only education, the only real numbers you're going to get, because there's a lot of hearing from he say, she say, and they're making this much, and then that would be what I would do. If I were to start from scratch, that's what I would do. I would reach out to somebody and offer to pay them. Just do it with one facility and not a couple of them, but see what their numbers look like. Some facilities will actually just talk to you, period. My Facebook group on Facebook is really great, the ALF Boss Facebook group. There's a lot of smaller facilities in there that if you inbox them and say, hey, can I give you a call or whatever, they'll give you their number and they'll talk to you and they'll give you their numbers. They'll be straight up with you, because a lot of them, some of them are doing awesome. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are balling. They are doing it. They have connected with people that refer them really high paying clients. They have those $6,000 clients. But you want to find out, is that the norm, or are you going to get a lot less than that, right? That's my number one piece of advice I'm going to give you. Do that market research. I'm seeing too many people right now. They're just like, license me. I want to get licensed. I got my home, and then I'll go visit the home. I'm like, right away, I'm like, you barely fit 3 people in the living room, and I'm like, you're going to put maybe 6 people sitting here with walkers and maybe some wheelchairs and things like that. Yeah, but they don't do any market research, and just because you heard it from your friend or you saw it on the internet, it's not necessarily the real truth. You want to lay some eyes on some actual numbers for somebody. That's what a due diligence is called, a smart investor, because you're a business person right now. You're being a business person, and you want to check out to see if this investment makes sense. Because if you want to gamble, there's every place has casinos now. You just go to the Indian reservation. You could put your money in those machines and pull the lever and you hope to win or hope to lose. If you want something a little bit more maybe guaranteed, do that market research like I just told you, and that should help you out quite a bit. All right, so stop listening to your friends, stop listening to the internet, talk to somebody who's actually doing it. If you got to pay them, but get some real concrete data. get some real numbers, and gather how long have they been doing this. If they tell you they've been doing this for 25 years, are you ready to put in 25 years before you make those numbers? Ask them how much, when they first started 20 years ago, how much were they making back then? These are all questions you need to ask, because that's another thing. Don't compare apples to oranges. You're just getting started. Is it realistic for you to have all the connections and all the resources that they've built over 20 years just as you open your doors? Probably not. Keep all these things in mind. But like I said, I'm not here to down you. I just want you to do the smart research, because those residents are out there. You can make a lot of money with this. You can make money, trust me. I know a lot of people who do, but I also know a lot who don't. You just gotta figure out if this is really for you before you start saying, hey, how do I get licensed? I got a house. City said I could do it. Let's make this happen. All right? Take care.